Hi everyone, this is Naomi and I am going to talk to you today about my mid-month wrap-up. So the books I've read so far this month. Now I've read five books this month, most of them on, two of them on audio and 3 in physical form. So we'll just jump right in. The first book I finished this month was Popular by Maya Van Wagenen. It was very sweet. It's a young adult nonfiction about this girl who decided when she was about to enter high school, her last year of middle school, that she decided to try the advice of this book from the 1950s. And so she followed everything to the letter. So the clothing, to wear pearls and gloves on Sunday morning to church. She did everything that was told her to do by about hair, about weight, about everything. And it was very cool. It was very interesting to see her basically go back in history and become more unpopular in some ways, but then she also discovered the true value of friendship and gave her real confidence. So I really loved this one. It was very quick, very easy. The font was huge and full of pictures. It was a very breezy book and I really enjoyed it. It taught me some things too. I learned a few things about confidence and friendship and all those things. The next one I read was Sleeping Murder, Miss Marple's Last Case by Agatha Christie. Now this one was interesting. I was kind of intrigued by this. My friend wanted to read it and I was like, sure. I love Agatha Christie and I haven't read this one, so why not? But this one is about Miss Marple, who, she's got to be 90. She meets this couple, and the lady of the couple, the wife, her husband and her just bought a house, and she picked the house out. She went in and she was sleeping in the nursery while the renos were happening, and then she started noticing things were wrong. Like, she's like, oh, that wallpaper isn't right. And then later on they discover that the wallpaper is what she actually thought it should have been, or missing doors or missing steps in the garden. She's like, that's not right. And then sure enough, there's evidence that that was there before. So it's discovered that she lived there as a child. Miss Marple helps them figure it out. Linda, who's the wife, she remembers seeing someone being murdered, and then it's kind of a mystery of her hunting down this path, her and her husband trying to solve this mystery of, oh, did she really see someone be murdered, and who was it, and who did it, and all of these things. But then also Miss Marple's like, I don't think you should be jumping into this. So she goes along to kind of protect them and keep them safe, and or do her best to watch out and take care of them while they're murder hunting. So it was very interesting. I gave it 5 stars. I loved every second of it. It kept me engaged, it kept me focused, and it kept me guessing, which is something I always look for in a mystery, especially Agatha Christie, and I couldn't help but be happy with the ending and how it turned out. So really loved that. The next one was Jane Eyre. Now, Jane Eyre I listened to as an audiobook, and I found it to be so wonderful. I know a lot of people think, oh, Rochester's just so romantic. I'm not in that boat. I think that this story is about Jane. It's her name on the cover, and it's about her discovering herself and her confidence and how she's capable of anything. I think it's just such a powerful story of a woman who's not even a woman. She's a teenager surviving, living in a really harsh world that's not meant for her, and how she comes through all of the obstacles. I do think Rochester's growth is a little underdeveloped, but I still gave it 5 stars. I just love the whole thing. I love, especially knowing the twist. I love it. So I'm gonna do a little spoilery thing now. If you're not wanting to hear spoilers, just wait till the book is gone. But otherwise, I love this book. So, spoilers. When she finds out that Bertha's in the attic, it's just so interesting to me to read it and hear, oh, Grace Poole did this, oh, Grace Poole did that. Why do you have Grace Poole working here when she's lighting places on fire, when she's tearing curtains, when she's trying to kill people? And it's not Grace Poole, but as a reader, knowing that, it was so interesting. I really loved it. I felt for Bertha, but I also felt Rochester in some way, but then I also felt like it kept me conflicted, which I think was really good. I also have to say I hate Sinjan. He is so annoying, and his manipulation with religion is just so awful. I couldn't handle it, but that's kind of the point. So love this book. If you want to discuss it more with me, I would love to. You could message me over Goodreads if you don't want to do spoilers, but I love this one. Now on to the next one, Crazy Rich Asians. This was such a good one. I couldn't believe how funny it was. I didn't like how crude the language was at some times, especially in regards to sex or sexual parts. You know what I mean? It was crude in some ways, the terminology and the descriptions, but otherwise I thought it was great. I thought it was so funny, and I thought Rachel and Nick's relationship was just great to see, especially when they got to China and Rachel realized something's not quite right. That's something, Nick hasn't told me everything. When Rachel goes to China and she expects, you know, a normal family, maybe just a little bit wealthier than the others, but not really. And then she discovers this inner circle of wealth. It's great to read. I really loved seeing Rachel adapt in these crazy circumstances like the bachelorette party, the wedding, even when she's like visiting all these different house parties and dinners. She's really adaptable, and she knows how to work, like she figures out how to work the room in some ways, knowing she'll be criticized no matter what. So she does her best to do it, and I really loved it. I've already picked up the sequel, so I'm going to be reading that very soon, I hope. But I really, really enjoyed this one. So then the last one I have read was an audiobook of Dr. Seuss books. It was on Overdrive, and I was like, why not? It's something light and easy, and I can listen to it while I'm working with the kids. Otherwise, because it's so hard to know what content is going to be in a book, but Dr. Seuss, I felt like it was a safe bet. And it was so cute. It was 11 stories, all read by celebrities. And they were all just spectacular. I thought they were all well done, and I enjoyed myself for the 2 hours that I listened to that. I'd love to talk about them with you. It's been a really good reading month so far. I hope to see you guys soon.